Ben?
The Pale brothers.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hometown Cable. We are at the George Brendler Field on the 28th of September, 2013, and it's a beautiful day. We have the Chazy Eagles, ranked number 1 in Class D, versus number 17 and ranked team in Class B, the Ogdensburg Blue Devils. We have before I go on, we have a special guest up here this morning, or I should say for this broadcast. We have Coach George Brendler, the legendary coach for Chazy. He's gracing us with his presence today. He's going to give us some insights, and we're going to have Sean Rogers going to be doing some play-by-play on Hometown Cable today. My name is Joe Poisson, and before I go any further, I'm going to hand it over to Sean.
Okay, right now Ogdensburg controls the ball. That's number 9, David Prudhomme. And he's at midfield looking for someone to pass to. Alec Lapierre steps up for Chazy, controls the ball to midfield to Brothers. Brothers taps forward and loses control. Prudhomme steps in and takes that back to Brothers. Brothers moves the ball looking for the right side and bad touching outside. Rogers, the right-handed fullback, takes that back and plays it back to his sweeper, Doran. Doran takes a touch, moves the ball up to midfield to Barrier. Barrier out to Rogers. Rogers with a big ball over the top. Number 25 for the Blue Devils. Moore takes that ball. Rabidou keeps that ball in. No, he says the referee says it's gone, and that'll be a blue throw-in. As Joe said, Chazy comes in ranked number 1 in Class D today. In Class B, the Blue Devils are ranked number 18 as of the 24th. This is Barrier going down the right-hand corner. Crosses the ball in nicely to Gabe. Misses. Brother steps up with a touch and is blocked by a defender there. This is number 11. Binion takes the ball. No, I'm sorry, that's Lalonde for Ogdensburg. Plays it up big and Doran controls. Doran past midfield, keeps possession of the ball, moves it up, plays out to the right wing. Nice idea out to Hicks, but it goes out of bounds and the Blue Devils will have a throw-in.
Chazy's starting to move the ball well, Sean. You can see they're passing their little triangles just to get out of trouble here in the defense. You can see these kids maturing over the year because this is a young team now. There's only three upperclassmen up here, 3 seniors, so you can see their confidence level getting better.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. With Drake going down there, it took a little bit to get the chemistry back, but I think Coach McCullough's figuring that out, and you're right, they're starting to move the ball much better. That was a freshman Ducat trying to play the ball back to his defender, Keegan O'Connor. Misplayed a little bit, but they were able to clean that up. The ball's out to O'Connor again, looking for Ducat, but Ducat was outside, and Ogdensburg controls. Back to number 25, that's Moore. And out here to number 23, who is Dakota Brady. Brady looks for his midfielder, number 21, Piercy, but was unable to control. Rogers steps up and takes control of that ball with plays out to his outside mid Hicks. And Barrier controls in the midfield. Up to Brothers. Brothers controls at midfield, taking the space, looking for someone making a run, plays forward to Gay. Hayden Gay wasn't able to control that one, and now it's outside to number 5, Dylan Binion. Binion moves the ball up the outside to number 7, that's Connor Hannon. Hannon not able to control it as O'Connor steps in and takes that ball away. Ogdensburg controls again, but the defender falls down, and Hayden Gay steps in and takes control. There's a shot, and it's in a goal!
Wow, good work by Gay.
At the 36-40 mark, Gay with his tremendous work in there and scores.
You know what I like about that is just Gay, after he lost the ball, he lost possession, he came back and he got it. Man, that was a great shot, right-footed shot. He's normally left-footed.
Yeah, that was really good work, and like Joe said, second foul up there from Gay to take control of that.
That's the second effort. The second effort, really. That's what.
Anticipate the mistake.
Okay, so we're back to the center of the field with Chazy leading 1-0 pretty early on in this contest.
Come on! Long way to go!
We had the kickoff in Ogdensburg controls, but Hicks steps up as the ball is played here to the left side. Not able to control, and number 11, Lalonde, plays the ball up to the corner. That's a nice corner ball with Nate Peo running onto that ball, and Doran just comes out and plays the ball outside. This will be a blue throw-in.
This is the first time this half I think Ogdensburg's had the ball down this far.
Yeah, that was just a nice big ball up there, and his striker wasn't able to get over there and get on it. So they're going to bring number 19 up. This is Seth Pinkerton. I'm suspecting since he's coming from deep in the defense here, he probably has a big throw. So his whole team's backed up pretty big in the box, so this one's probably going to be landing in the box here.
7-8 yard run.
He makes a big run up and throws. Oh yeah, he's throwing that clear to midfield and into the top of the box. Somebody goes down, and he calls a push at the top of the box, and this will be a free kick just outside of the box for Ogdensburg.
Good spot right here for Ogdensburg early in this game. Maybe they can take a quick strike and catch Chazy off. Let's see what they're going to do.
So this will be number 9, Prudhomme, taking this one, and he's probably had the most possession for Ogdensburg so far as we've been watching this. He's a midfielder there, and we'll see what he does with this. They set up to take the kick. It looks like he's going to take this completely by himself, goes into the wall, nobody jumps, and they keep their feet down well. That ball goes off a Chazy defender for a corner kick. That's one thing that Coach McAuliffe works hard with these boys on is when they get in that line, they don't move, they don't jump, and
That was well done.
that was very well done.
Yeah, they held their place.
It's kind of a scary thing taking one of those right on, but that's what you got to do. Nice corner kick in, and the ball just goes over and bends out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Chazy.
And that's blazing goal, right?
That's Trent Blaze in goals today. Yes, Coach.
You know, there's some guys we have to be careful that Chazy does to defend well against the Pinkerton, who you mentioned, Lalonde, you've mentioned a couple of times, and Hannon. You know, some of their big guns. So Chazy's going to have to be careful of those
What are
guys.
these numbers?
This is, what are their numbers, Sean?
Let's see. The Hannon boy is number 7, and who was the other one you mentioned? Joe Pinkerton is number 19.
Piercy is also one to be careful of with Chazy if you're going to be defending. Chazy's done a good job of defending this year. They haven't allowed a lot of goals. You know, they haven't scored goals like they have in the past, but their defense has been able to play well. With a young defense that they have, with O'Connor and Rogers on the outside of the defense, they're playing very well.
So Gay had come back to try to collect that ball and wasn't able to, but the ball played out to him, and he plays a nice ball over to Alex Rabidou, who he's moved him up front here recently.
Excellent control right there.
He does a nice job of cutting that ball back and getting ball into the box, but the defenders were able to clean that one up, and the ball is kicked out of bounds near midfield. O'Connor will take this one. He's got a pretty nice throw too, Joe.
O'Connor does. O'Connor, he's like I said, the junior is doing very well. He has, that's a nice weapon to have when you do it. And he just gets a ball back here. Nice set play.
So that's a nice ball played over the top, just to the top of the box, and Barrier wasn't able to collect that. He plays it outside to Rogers. Rogers takes the ball down the line. He's getting ready to nice cross. Beautiful cross in there. That was Rabidou trying to scissors that one in as Brothers takes a small foul there. The ball comes to the top of the box, and Barrier controls. Barrier still working his way through, tries to go through, and that was off the defender out of the box.
Too many touches sometimes. Chazy passes the ball so well sometimes, like you can see them doing here. Sometimes they get too close.
So, Coach, what would you like to see Barrier do differently there?
In this instance?
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the problems that he seems to have had in all of these games where they're all packed in the penalty box is just fewer touches. Take that shot as soon as he's, one touch and take the shot, because 2 touches, you got 3 guys on you. That's probably it's hard to do, though, when you're so close.
Yes, it is. So they played a big ball over the top again, and that was the sweeper stepping up their door and just to take the pressure off and let his team get back. That was a good move. Sometimes we get a little excited when our defenders kick the ball out of the field here, but sometimes it's the right thing to do. So Ogdensburg has another throw into the Chazy territory. They're making a little bit of a threat here coming down in there, but the ball is headed back to the defender. Lapierre does not find feet, and the ball moves forward. This is Hicks collecting this ball, coming across the top of the box and able to move forward and take space. He's taken off the ball by number 2. That is Jordan Miller.
Nice.
But
Great interception right there by Brothers. Just as the anticipation, he read that all the way. He's been playing very well. Brothers and Barrier in that middle for Chazy. Been doing a phenomenal job doing things like that, as well as scoring big goals and getting assists. They do those little things that really make them dangerous.
Yes, it is, and that's the freshman Gage Jucat controlling that ball with the sophomore Tyler Hicks controlling this one on the outside. That's Hicks and Miller working on that one, and that's going to be a Chazy throw in deep in Ogdensburg territory. Joe, you were just talking about those 2 center mids, Barrier and Brothers, and I think, at all levels you might be able to argue that they may be the best combination in the state as far as those 2 center mids go.
they got to be up there. I mean, they've done well against a lot of Class B schools, and they do those little things like that. Barrier is just like a vacuum cleaner. He cleans everything up in the middle. Allowing Brothers does the same thing, but you just see Barrier's playing phenomenally. He played a great game against Elizabethtown the other night.
So that's a big ball played to the middle of the field, and this is O'Connor stepping up and taking that volley, and Gay tries to settle that a little bit, finds Duquette on the outside. Duquette controls and shields the ball, plays the ball into the defender. Nice turn move there to hold on to that ball. Oh, yes, again, only a freshman controlling that ball. O'Connor waiting a little bit long there and loses that ball to the defender. Rogers working to bring this ball outside and is taken off the ball by number 7. That is Hannon. As Joe mentioned, this is one of their key players. Rogers having a little tussle there with Hannon, and Ogdensburg wins that one. So this is number 21, controlling Pinkerton, plays the ball, a nice corner ball up to number 8, but he just tries to save the ball, and Rogers clears the ball up out of his deep territory over to looking for Rabideau. Rabideau, nice chip, wasn't able to control that first one. Hicks comes in hard and lets him know that he's there while Miller works to take the ball up, but that ball's played to Chazy's Lapierre, who moves the ball out. Barrier stepping up to find the ball in the midfield, winning those 50-50 balls. That's the key to the game, as Duquette works to try to control here. Ogdensburg with a big ball, and we got a stoppage for a throw-in.
You were talking about these two, 5 and 3 there, working together. I think that shows just a basic understanding of playing together that more members of the team have to develop. I think Drake was a part of that. They could early on. I remember them scoring because that's just natural. You look for each other. You're so used to playing together. It shows with those two.
Oh no, they've been well. The thing was, Coach Drake. It was like a triangle with Drake, Brothers, and Barrier. They've been playing together since they've been about 5 years old, and they played very well together over the years. And they're all juniors, so they're going to see them again next year, but. It just shows you how they just meld together. They know what each other is going to do. Losing Drake is a big thing for Chazy this year. It hurts really bad on the goal scoring thing. Like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Chazy's been defending very well, not allowing a lot of goals. I think the most goals we allowed was with Center Mauritius, right?
Yes, 3. We lost that game 3-2, and that's the most we've allowed all year.
So that's what I mean, and you can tell by the shots on goals, Chazy outplaying these other teams. They're defending very well, but they're scoring by committee. You just saw Hayden Gay get a goal. Rabideau's been getting a couple. Wonder Boy. Gage Duquette, he's got a few, and some nice assists too, and that's what they're going to have to do. All these other guys.
There was a nice shot by number 11 there, Lalonde, and Blaze was able to get his hand on it and stop it, and he just remained calm and collected that ball as I believe that was Pinkerton coming in pretty hard on him.
Just as I was talking about the great defending, right?
Exactly. Chazy controls a nice through ball up to his wing on Hicks here. Hicks plays a nice ball over to the middle with this is Rabideau working hard, takes a couple of touches, and the ball goes outside for a corner, and there's an Ogdensburg player down in the box, and we'll take a timeout here while they tend to that player. So we're back, folks, and that was Pinkerton that was injured, and he was able to walk off under his own power. It looks like he's going to be okay, and Chazy continues to pressure in the box there. Rogers takes a touch, tries to run through, but took an odd bounce, but recovers nicely to come back and take the ball from Pale. Duquette beat slightly, but working hard to come back, and the ball's played up where Doran steps up and takes control of that ball. Perfect. Nice flick forward there by Barrier, and a big ball played over to number 5, Binion. Now, when I was looking at stats, they're hard to find for Section 10 this year because Section 10 Sports is actually shut down looking for a new person to take that site over. If somebody's willing, that was a phenomenal site for information over there before. So, folks, as you watch this, I encourage somebody to pick that up and take it over. But anyway, Binion's scored a few goals for them this year as well. And this is, so, that's where we get our information on these teams. Are a little ways away that we haven't seen much of. Ball's played across again to Binion, and he controls in the number 21, which is Piercy. Joe mentioned That's one of their players that's notable as well. Brothers collects in the midfield, nice touch, but not able to control. Ball's played up to Nate Pale. Pale moving the ball with a nice cut there. Roger steps in and kind of takes his stride away, and good shot there on the outside. That's the second shot that Ogdensburg's gotten off, Joe.
Yeah, it's the boys just going to have to get a little bit more
Well,
organized.
deceptive, weak shot, but those are the ones that go in.
Yeah.
Almost like a deflection.
Doran takes the goal kick here for Chazy and puts the ball near midfield. Brothers goes up, tries to head it and miss, but his teammate there, Barrier, as we said, they're right there together, working together all the time to collect and take care of each other. That ball misplayed by Doran and goes up high with Lalonde getting in there and giving him some hard work, but not able to control, and that'll be a Chazy goal kick.
A little bit more pressure by Ogdensburg here in the last minute or so.
You get both teams working pretty hard. Nobody's being lazy. They're working hard to get to the ball.
Yeah, Chazy just has to find feet. You can tell when they move the ball, when they start finding feet, then they just play a lot more relaxed game.
Yeah.
They know that game, and they will. Hicks had a nice pass down here earlier. Hicks had a really nice cross after some hard work. So he scored a game winner a couple of games ago against Willsboro in overtime. Guys like that. That's what I mean. Without Drake, you need this other mix of players are going to have to get a goal or two. It's going to be some close games this year.
That was Binion stepping up and taking that ball that O'Connor had left on the sideline. One of those touches where we just left it just to touch it, and they were able to collect it. That's number 2, Miller, trying to play the ball up through and find his strikers, but not able to. But a nice ball over the top, collected by Hannon. Barrier steps in and takes control of that ball, looking for Gay making a corner run, and that was really good. Those strikers are starting to learn to come out. Nice shot there, and collected by the Ogdensburg goalie. That is Jacob Sias, by the way.
Similar spot from where Hayden scored his first one.
We need more of these through passes like that. With the man. Now, the wings, I think, need more development from what I've seen in the last few games. Hayden can do it, but the other two don't seem to be able to do it as yet. To make something happen.
Yeah, I agree, Coach. In the earlier games, Chazy's been working to pound that ball up the middle. They haven't been using their wings, and again, we have 2 young players who are learning that position, and they're starting to figure that out. And the other thing was the strikers had been notoriously staying in the middle, and you saw Gay make that corner run that time to get out of the middle and pull that defense out of the box and open things up a little bit more for them.
I myself would like to see both Barrier and Brothers out on the wing.
He took a run at him.
He took something happen here.
It's true. He should have let it play on. Chazy did have advantage. Chazy did have advantage there, and I know Rabbit, who just got railed.
Yeah, that was a very nasty collision. Rabideau was looking up, running full tilt, and I don't think it was intentional by the other player. A card would have been out there. I think they were both going hard for that ball, and you could hear Coach McCullough there upset because Chazy definitely had the ability for a play-on situation there. Doran puts the ball nicely into the box, goes up and tries to head. I think that came off a defender, but the referees say no, that's going to be a goal kick.
I'd like to point out, Sean, that looked like it could have been a serious injury right
Yes,
there.
it
I don't
could.
blame the refs one bit for blowing the whistle. I would have done the same thing. The kids are more important than a goal.
That's true. I mean, it was a pretty nasty collision. You gotta give you that one, Kelvin.
Rabbit got right up, though.
Well, the way you were looking at it is what we used to do in the old style. Take the towel, put a little water on the kid's face, go. Deal with the injury later.
How true.
That doesn't go anymore.
That's
No, I think Calvin's point is well taken.
Yep. So there's O'Connor with a throw-in up the left sideline, trying to find Gabe at the ball. Bounces out of bounds, and Ogdensburg will take the throw-in. Ball comes in. The Barrier was able to get his foot on it, but not able to collect, and the ball's put down outside, and Lapeer has to step back. That was a possible 2-on-1 situation for Ogdensburg, but Dorm was able to stop up and take control of that. Brothers feeling the pressure, just trying to get the ball out of there.
Yeah, Chazy sometimes they're not clearing as well as they can. I mean, they're just kind of getting rid of the ball, dumping it in. Right now, they're staying compact though. Even if you look out there now, you can see they're still compact. They're keeping themselves organized. So they get some more through balls up to Hayden Gay or one of these other wings. They can do some damage because Ogdensburg has to come out now. They're down by a goal. They can't play a Dannemora defense that we always call it.
So I didn't notice that, but on that last stop ball, Tyler Hicks came off the field, and Tom Tebow has subbed in for him out on this right wing. There's a ball flicked in with Tebow. There he is right there making a shot. Barrier was able to get to that ball right before the goalie got it, before Sias got a hold of it, but he took it away from him, and Barrier just missed that post. Good opportunity there for Chazy that was not converted.
Those are the kinds of things that they have to do. Like at Elizabethtown, we had two specifically beautiful goals that were done this way.
Yes.
Balls go in when you get a quick direction of the ball. Yeah, that was one shot. Somebody deflects it. The goalie's going one way. The ball's already going the other.
Barrier almost had one.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It was nice to see against Elizabethtown too. Hicks got the final goal the other night, and our brothers did all the work. You remember that? He did all the work, and a lot of times when you do all the work, you don't get a refund,
Right.
And he was awarded an assist on that, and it was good to see because boy, he tussled with a couple of players to get that ball free. And
No, my point from earlier on is there's no question they are the workhorses in the middle, and I remember having the deep. I call them the one in the back, like. Area, the deep lying center forward, did a lot of work, a lot of time on the ball, but they got to be there. But I was saying earlier that if they go out with the skills they have, every once in a while they throw off their defense with a run down the wing, and they center the ball, not planning to shoot, just center. It throws off the.
Good play by Lapierre.
Good to go.
Lapierre actually.
Right there.
Take a corner.
Lapierre actually found
he's giving him a.
Yeah, I think they missed that one too, but that happens sometimes. But Lapierre actually used one of those defenders as the old-fashioned basketball pick there, and was able to come right around the corner and put it right in.
That's another play that we don't notice it here, but that's very good where they exchange positions.
Yeah, they overlap.
Brothers drop back for Lapierre, and he continued.
Yep.
Which is so good to see. Every once in a while, the fullback, which I call them fullbacks, the defender shows up there out of nowhere and takes a shot, knowing somebody's covering for him.
So there's Ogdensburg controlling the number 11, Lawan flicking over top of Rogers, and Rogers calling for a handball but doesn't get it, and the ball's cut. No, this is trouble for Chazy. They're looking for a handball in the box, and there it is, and Ogdensburg will have a PK. Oh, no, it's not that. He calls offsides.
Offsides.
Yes. I thought sure that was a PK with the handball. I saw the hand up in the air.
That's an example of a hairy moment that Joe was talking about our solid defense, but I've seen through the last number of games, even with the weak teams, where we suddenly get kind of panicky in that right around the penalty spot and start kicking wildly, and it's anybody's ball.
Barrier controls and plays up to the left wing there, and Ogdensburg steps up and the ball comes back to Barrier. Barrier looking to switch fields here and trying to find Tebow on the other wing. That ball is controlled by Ogdensburg, but Tebow is able to step in and take it away from number 2, Miller. Rogers steps in, tries to get that ball, but wasn't able to, and now we have Lawan making a run with Lapierre coming in and taking him off the ball. And they continue to work. As Lapierre makes a slide, it looks like that was all ball, but he did take him out on the foul through, and the referee says, no, that's a trip.
Looks like he got ball for it.
Yeah, I think he did, Joe, but that foul through still took him out.
You're going to call it, huh?
Got his hand on him. That's why.
Let's hustle, Payton!
So this will be number 9, Prudhomme taking the kick for Ogdensburg. As Chazy's starting to feel a little more pressure here in the latter part of the first half. Ball is nicely played in, and Trent Blades comes off his line nicely and just takes control of that. And
there's nobody from Blue around that. I mean,
Yep.
It didn't seem like they were moving like hard to defend. When you have a pack, didn't seem like they were really moving that forward with any enthusiasm.
Well, that was an in-swinger, which is hard
Yeah.
to play anyway.
Yes.
I question a kick, the in-swinger is a shot, really. Because
Yes.
it's hard for the offense
You're
to
right.
hit.
You're right. You go the opposite way, and it's easier to head.
No,
So that ball's played up on the right wing to Miller, who makes a nice cross in, looking for Piercy, who's not able to control. As Tebow comes out and takes control of that ball, makes 2 cuts around Miller, and is able to move the ball up the right wing. As Gay looks over to take control of that. Number 25, the sweeper there, that's Moore, steps up and does a nice job. Barrier works to control this ball and finds Rabideau. Rabideau moves to the right corner and tries to open up this defense a little more and plays a nice cross in to find Gage Duquette, but he's not able to collect the ball in the box. And the ball's going in.
Duquette, though. Good also by Duquette. He had to circle all the way around to go track that ball down, and he did.
Coach Brendler was looking for a dive header from Duquette there, but he wasn't able to do that. So Ogdensburg's having trouble clearing this ball as they work to bring this up, and Gay is nicely dropped back as Duquette is up. As Coach said, they do a good job of making those runs and reversing positions once in a while, and that's a good thing. As Lapierre is looking to take control here, Doran takes control. Finds feet to Barrier. Barrier trying to find Tebow, but unable as Rogers touches up. And
that is why you have to...
Lapierre not able to control. Rogers heads the ball to Brothers. Brothers puts the ball up in the air again. Lapierre trying to control here.
Whoa! I like to see this. See the...
Number 7, Hannon controlling here, and number 9 moving it up. Prudhomme. Prudhomme makes a shot and it goes just over the crossbar. Yes, Coach.
I think for our level, I hate to see our talented players come in and kick as hard as they can when the other guy's kicking the ball, because you're going to break a leg. And it's one thing I see as a weakness that they could improve on. I know especially with Alex. He's big, he gets in the way, but there are times that all you got to do is tap it away or tackle it. Tackle rather than kick.
He's getting better at it.
They have to improve that because somebody's going to get hurt.
So Roger steps up and takes that ball. There's a jersey pull, and that'll be a foul on number 7. Hannon he's trying to work one in there. Sometimes you get away with those, Joe. Huh?
Tell you what, Chazy's been getting away with a little dodging a few bullets. That was a great shot. Chazy's had some pressure on him about the last 8 to 10 minutes. I mean, Ogdensburg, the Blue Devils have been bringing it to him. Remember, the Blue Devils are ranked 17th. They're undefeated also.
That's true. They have one tie. They tied Canton this week 1-1, and that was
there we go now. There it is.
Okay, that was a nice one touch, as Coach said, turned and making that play. As Rogers working hard to. Rogers picks up the ball for Chazy to make a throw in there, and he finds Rabideau, who headed the ball, but nobody was there as he flicked that through. Rogers working to control and plays that ball nicely back to his sweeper. Doran looks to switch the field, and that's a perfect swing out to O'Connor. O'Connor controls, taking some space, looking to get it through. Found a defender, but Brothers runs through nicely. Brothers has done a good job of learning how to run through that ball this year instead of that prancing pony trying to get the foot up on those. Hicks plays out to number 5. Barrier rips his shot and it goes just over the post.
That's from a long ways. You like to see it maybe another 10 yards closer.
Right.
If you can pop it on top of the box. But it's still a good idea.
I would not be critical of him because you got to do that once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, in some of the games, I think more so with the girls, I know that doesn't count here, but they tend to take the shot from out there. They don't have the power.
Yeah.
His was powerful.
Barrier he's got the skill set to do it.
Surprise,
Brothers, too. Brothers can pop one in from out there. There's several on the team that can do that. Hayden Gay's one. Take one from distance with some mustard on it,
So our quit has checked in for Binion for Ogdensburg, and over here on that was another nice shot by Barrier. He's getting a little frustrated. Hicks is on the left wing for Chazy as Duquette has come off, and
he starts putting those on goal.
And now we have number 18 Dylan Guerrero checking in for Tebow.
Barrier starts putting a couple of those on net, and you're going to see instead of the Ogdensburg defense just automatically, you see him back up 2 steps as soon as Barrier gets the ball up there.
Well, because they're dribbling open, so
they just automatically. They're going to have to put a man on. Good control.
Chazy controls that goal kick.
Good chance.
And there he goes again with another one. That one was a little high and wide to the right. So
They're going to get the game.
So the scoreboard are saying the shots are 4-4. I don't think we're counting all these that are sailing over the top here today. And we're down to 11 minutes and about 40 seconds left in this first half. Chazy leads the Ogdensburg Blue Devils on a beautiful Saturday morning. The score is 1-0, and that was on a goal by Hayden Gay very early in the game as Brothers controls trying to find Hicks on the outside, unable, but Hicks steps in and cleans that one up. Gay steps back and does a nice job controlling that ball, looking for a little touch through, doesn't find it. But Brothers and Barry are working their magic together as Brothers lets one go high and over the net.
That's a fourth shot in a row from with about 5 yards of each other.
But you notice that these came off easy, quick little one-touch passes.
In traffic.
In traffic.
So this will be another Ogdensburg goal kick. That's sent out to midfield where Barrier is able to head the ball wide to the left. Hicks was back, rightly so, marking his defender in the right place, and the ball is just kicked out of bounds by Ogdensburg. And
this game's been pretty good, actually. A little back and forth, you know.
Well, we haven't said enough about their skill. Actually,
they got some good players.
The front line, still little players. You know, they've been up there. They've had some opportunities.
This guy right here, Lalonde, he's been playing well.
Ball's played back to Chazy's Doran. Doran controls and moves the ball up, finds Brothers in the midfield. Brothers to Barrier and looks for Gay, making a run on the outside there, is not able to control. Plays the ball across, and that'll be a goal kick.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, over your shoulder.
Yeah.
And everything else you're trying to run on it.
But that was a nice lead.
Beautiful.
So Chazy took a different tactic that time. They've been trying to work the ball through with feet, and this time that was a nice chip over the top for Gay to run on, Joe.
Well, they're mixing it up. You know, that's what they're able to do, and they're able to. They'll get better at it as the season goes on too. That's what I like about a McCullough coach team. You know, he sees what he has to work on, and during practices, and that's what he does. He'll see a weakness or the weaker spot, and then he'll just work on some things. He's a great tactician.
Yeah, I talked to Coach early in the season, probably even the first game. You know, and he was saying, you know, we got a little bit of a younger squad this year, and you know. Last year, he had what may have been one of the best teams to step onto this field, and they all start in different spots. But as you were saying, Joe, you see him develop, and it's his expectation they're going to be right there where that team was last year come when we head into the postseason play.
How many ranked Class B teams has Chazy played now? I mean, several.
Yeah, it's been, you know, Senator Morici's, it's been Binghamtown, it's been PHS. It's been PHS.
And ranked Class B teams.
Yes.
You know, they're ranked in the state, so.
And here we are playing another one today. Yeah. So that's the only way you get better is, you know, step it up and play these bigger schools.
And they're doing well against
There's one 8 miles away, too.
We may have to get that going. Oh, here's a good ball. That's a good ball.
The Northeast Clinton is ranked. There's Hicks takes control, nice shot, rip, but Sias comes up with a very nice save there. That was a rip shot, and as coach has been saying, take one touch and let it go, and that's just what Hicks did that time.
Yeah, you have to.
Great chance.
And that was more, because the ball moved, and it was purposeful passing there, but it opens up the defense. When you're dribbling too much, they kind of crowd. Time, the more time you give them to get together, the better they can consolidate.
Hicks is having a pretty good game here.
Yes, he is. He stepped in there nicely on that one. So there's a corner that's in there with Lapierre getting his thigh on that ball, but it went just wide left. That was a tough one because of the height. He couldn't get his head on it, and it was just in a bad spot.
That's an example. I know kids don't like to be criticized because we like to be praised. But with Alex, as he's grown and he's gotten so big, maybe he hasn't grown into himself. But there's an example of using your body. He does tend to jump up and trap or control with his legs, and he's so tall. All he needed there was just to turn his body, use his chest, chest the ball in.
So here comes Pale coming on the outside with Brothers just marking him nicely and tried to play up to number 2 Miller, but wasn't able to control, and the ball goes out for a Chazy throw-in.
That was good defending by Brothers.
It was.
Don't try to take the ball, just contain and make the guy do something he doesn't want to do.
Yep, he didn't step in on there, you don't always need to win the ball. Sometimes you just need to contain, and that's what he was doing. He stayed with him and made him make the mistake. Ball's headed up to Peo again, headed by Dylan Guerrero. Rabideau jumps in and takes that ball away, but played big up in the air by by Brothers, and the ball goes harmlessly out of bounds for a Chazy throw-in. Rogers takes the throw-in, goes over top of both players there, and Rabideau with a nice flick up to Gay. Gay loses possession to number 10, which is McRoberts. He's another player that's recently come in here. Ball is taken by Chazy with Barrier heading back to O'Connor, now played up to Hicks. Hicks controls on the left-hand side, working, trying to control that ball, and he's able to dig it through, and he's coming in on the corner, plays the ball in toward the goalie, and just over top of the right-hand side, went off Dylan Guerrero and out of bounds for a goal kick. Number 5, Binion, checking back in, and that's number 2, Miller, coming out. So Binion moves, it looks like he's going to move back over there to his right side, and we're going to have Milan playing up here on the left-hand wing this time. Gage Duquette coming to the line for the next check-in for Chazy. We're down to 5 minutes in the first half with Chazy leading Ogdensburg 1-0. Gay jumps. Rabideau cuts that ball nicely, plays a left foot over to Gay, looking for Gay. Gay is a left-footed player, but tries a right-footed shot and unable to do that. Ball comes out, and Lapeer heads the ball forward. A nice flick by Rabideau, but wasn't able to find anybody as Dorn steps up, plays that ball backwards, and O'Connor gives chase to the outside left defensive area. O'Connor controls, looking for Hicks, wasn't able to find him. The ball goes through, played by Ogdensburg, and that ball is out of bounds, and Chazy will have a throw in over there.
Listen, we have about 5 minutes left in this first half, Sean. Let me tell you, this is Hometown Cable. And you can send some donations to Calvin at 1477 Ridge Road, Champlain, 12919. You can go online if you're watching this. You can make donations through PayPal. He'll also take cash in the mail, So, Calvin, he does a lot of good things in the region, and this is just one of the many things that he does, and if you can take some time and just make a small donation, a little bit at a time, anything helps, and he would appreciate it. And, let's get back to Sean.
It keeps it keeps us going for all of us and enjoy watching these very often. I spend a fair amount of time watching other teams in the region, and Calvin brings that to us, and watching these games again. So Calvin, we really appreciate you doing this for us. So we're back to the game with number 2, Miller coming back on, and
worry about trying to beat him in line. Get the service.
Not sure who's coming off. I didn't see a player come off yet. Oh, there he is. It's that's going to be number 9. Prudhomme's going to take a little break here. Yeah, he might have taken a little shot in there in that left ankle by the looks of things.
Easy on that.
Throw in by Ogdensburg, and Barrier is able to control. Peo steps in and tries to take it away, but unable, and Barrier still controlling and moving the ball up the right wing. Peo does step in front and take that ball. And just a nice little flick across the back there, and Barrier's able to take him off the ball. Low crossover and almost an own goal there, but
Good work by Barrier, though.
Sias controlled that corner. I'm not sure he would have gotten that one in.
Good work by Barrier here. Now, what number was he going against?
That was Peo, number 8.
They're going back and forth, stealing the ball, getting it back, stealing the ball, getting it back, and no dirt, no chippiness, just good hard play.
He loses cool there. He just straight over.
Okay, and so Chazy will have another corner kick here. This is the 3rd corner kick for Chazy in this half. This one's taken by Gay, nicely put up in the center of the box, headed down. Hicks looks to get it through, and the goalie came across. Sias came across and did that nicely. As Ogdenburg's controls, and the ball is out for a throw, and that was one Gay probably should have tried to control there. He could have had another corner kick type situation. Gay plays it by the defender looking for Brothers at the top corner of the box. Crossed into the middle there, nobody home, and that's Lapeer collecting the ball on the far side this time. Tries to play it through, blocked out, and cleared for a throw-in by Ogdensburg.
Chazy having their way down deep. I noticed Ogdensburg has a really tough time clearing that ball on, set plays, the corner kicks and stuff there. That ball is bouncing around a whole lot that you don't normally see
You don't want it,
Chazy.
we've always said you don't want it landing in there.
No, don't let it land. And Chazy's done a decent job on their end, but Ogdensburg has not paid the price yet.
So we got a stoppage for an injury here. We got a bloody nose there with Barrier. Tebow's going to check in for him as Chazy's going to take this throw in, and Barrier trying to keep it off his uniform so he doesn't have to worry about that, because if it gets saturated on the uniform, you got to change that jersey. That's one of the high school rules here. So looks like he's okay, and he'll get that cleaned up, and he'll be back soon. Rabideau's going to take this throw again. Rabideau has a tremendous throw-in, able to get that ball toward the center of the box. That's been a Chazy weapon for a few years when we had Mr. Cool here, Nathan Reynolds, was able to throw that ball across midfield and into the box. And it's just like getting, when you get that ball deep, it's like having a corner kick. Ogdensburg does a nice job of controlling that and getting it out, and played big over the top and flick on where Duquette's trying to get control of that ball. Played out to number 10, which is McRoberts, who tries to bring the ball up to his wing and missed by everybody, and Chazy will have the throw-in here just over in front of the Ogdensburg bench. Rogers takes the throw-in, finds Gay. 2 minutes left in the first half, plays the ball, finds, that's Rabideau. Rabideau makes the turn, moving the ball to center field, tries to step over and wasn't able to get through, but the ball goes to Brothers. Bunching up there, and trying to dribble through, as Coach said, packing it in the box too hard. The ball comes back to the defense. Ball played back and finds Doran. Binion able to step up and take control on the outside, number 5 here, and plays the ball big over the top with Peo making a run on, but it looks like O'Connor's going to be the first man to the ball. He plays the ball up and out for an Ogdensburg throw-in. There's 1:20 left in the first half here as Ogdensburg takes a throw-in just not too far into the Chazy territory up the line. That's O'Connor heading the ball. Chazy not able to control, and Ogdensburg taking control of that, but Gay comes up and moves the ball back toward midfield. That's number 23. That was Brady controlling the ball. The ball goes out of bounds, and Chazy will have a throw-in.
You're up front by yourself. Rabideau! You're not up front still.
Tebow checks out, and Guerrero goes in at the striker position this time. As they move this up and try to control, and Rabideau plays a big ball up the left into the middle as Guerrero works there trying to head that ball, and there's a push by Guerrero, and Ogdensburg will have another kick there with 25 seconds left in the first half. Chazy retreats to defend. Number 23, Brady is watching the clock and just looking. We're down to 15 seconds. He's going to play the ball big here in a minute. And the fans are imploring him to kick the ball, as he finally does, and sends the ball to the outside instead of into the box, and that ball goes out of bounds. And that'll bring the first half to a close as the players come to the benches. It's Chazy 1, Ogdensburg 0 at halftime, and we'll be back when the half begins again.
Excuse me. Get up here, Coach, so you can see.
Okay, folks, we're back to start the second half here in downtown Chazy. It's September 28th. You can probably see the foliage in the background, and if you've been watching the first half, you've probably seen the corn changing color there, and it's probably 70, 75 degrees out here in the sun. It's just absolutely gorgeous today. Ogdensburg is facing Chazy, and Ogdensburg in the blue, moving from left to right, and they take control, and there's a shot that goes wide, and that's some quick pressure from Ogdensburg. I'm here with Joe Poissant and Coach George Brendler today, with of course Calvin on the camera, and we're working to.
What field are we at?
We're at the George Brendler Field there, Kelvin, and want to make sure we get that. Coach loves those pugs. He's over here giving me the thumbs up. So,
well, what I love about it is it's not the George Brendler Memorial Field.
Got a good point there, Coach. I think we're going to be quite a while before we have to call it that. Chazy takes the throw in. That's Rabideau taking that throw in there. And as Alec Lapierre comes forward and flicks the ball forward to Hayden Gay. Gay looks to take a shot. And Tyler Hicks comes back to collect, plays the ball back to O'Connor, a little bit too big of a touch, but Barrier comes over and collects. Keegan O'Connor takes the space, moving up on the left wing. He's up level with the top of the box, tries to cross the ball in using his left foot there, Joey. He's not a left-footed player, but he gave that a shot, and that's a good try as Ogdensburg clears the ball out to the left. Our referees today are Mr. DeCoste here on the left-hand side, and Janice Labarge on the far side. Mark DeCoste. Ogdensburg flicks that ball out. Rogers plays the ball back into the mixer, but again, Ogdensburg is there. Rogers takes control, moving the ball up to the right corner there. Nice cross in as Hicks tries to flick that one in, but Sias comes off his line and is able to control.
Good work by Rogers on coming up in the defense that Coach mentioned in the first half. They overlap very well. It's automatic. They don't even, there's no sign or anything. They just realize somebody can make a run, and they go and they have somebody take the spot.
Well, that was one of the big things that came out of the 70s, the total soccer. The players should be, I remember kids telling me, well, I'm a fullback or I'm a lineman. No such thing. This level, you are anything, everywhere. You should be comfortable anywhere. And it's nice to see, apparently Rob is employing that. The kids should feel free to go up in the alignment.
Yep, he likes to see those overlapping runs once in a while. That's Gage Duquette throwing the ball in, finding Rabideau. Rabideau plays the ball past, working up toward the corner, wasn't able to control, but plays a low cross in, but it goes a little long for a goal kick for Ogdensburg.
Come on, Blue!
So we are about 3 minutes into the second half here in Chazy. Chazy leads 1-0. Shots on the scoreboard are Chazy 9, Ogdensburg 4. Chazy's probably recorded a few more than that have gone very high over the crossbar. They've definitely dominated, held the pressure here. But Ogdensburg has had a few chances, Joe.
Well, Ogdensburg in the first half had about probably 12 minutes of decent pressure against Chazy. They had several chances, making those runs, and Chazy making a few mistakes, but been able to avoid any trouble. Like I mentioned, Ogdensburg is ranked 17th in the state Class B. They are undefeated. They have a nice team. Some of their midfielders are decent. You can see them. They hustle to the ball. They have a decent touch, and they're coming here to play.
There's a nice cross in by number 7, Hannon, and Trent Blaze comes off his line and collects that. That was kind of a dangerous situation for Chazy.
Yeah, Lalonde is right there. Lalonde has had a good game for Ogdensburg. Peo has too. They're applying a little bit of pressure. Binion's played well too, but sometimes Chazy, they lose their focus a little bit. And that, I don't know if that's a shove, but it is called one.
Yeah,
over his own feet.
Yeah, they were shielding the ball pretty well there, and Brothers is just trying to work his way through, and sometimes you'll have those. So this is number 9, I believe that's Prudhomme coming over to.
He seems to be there.
So this is Piercy, isn't it, Joe?
Yep.
Follow the land.
He's the one for the directs.
9 is Prudhomme. He takes that kick, puts a nice shot into the box, which lands, which is a problem for Chazy. They got to learn to get those balls out and not let those balls land in the box. Gage Duquette hustling big time, comes out like an animal, taking that ball down the right side. And 25, the Tristan Moore, we've seen him kind of back there in that sweeper position. He had to step up and collect that.
You see the speed on Duquette? I mean, that was great anticipation. That's only a freshman. You give him another year or two, he keeps working on his skills at home and stuff. And with his speed, he has a chance to be a really great player.
So it looks like Coach may have changed things up here. He's put a gang out here on the left wing with he's got Hicks in there on the striker position. Duquette comes in, tries to take that, and the ball is there was a collision with the goalie there with Duquette and the goalie, and Labarge is saying no, that's a foul, and that's going to be a free kick for Ogdensburg in the box. Their size still working to get up, but it looks like he's going to do okay.
It was a free ball, but those are the dangerous ones where the ball is coming to the keeper and he gets run into.
Way to go to the ball, Jacob! Way to go to the ball, buddy! Give him a minute, Tristan. Give him a second, buddy.
That was Duquette coming in hard. Yeah, it was like you said, Joe. That boy is hustling here in the second half. He's ready to go get another goal this year.
Got to be careful.
So Moore's going to take this free kick in right about from the penalty spot in his own box, and Hicks gets a head on the ball and is able to control, plays the ball outside to Gay. Gay controls on the left-hand side, plays a big through ball to himself, but not able to get there. He stepped through and see what that call was. Oh, the ball was out. And I'm not sure that should have been a Chazy throw because Hayden definitely touched that ball, but Gay's able to control it, move the ball up on the left corner here, plays a nice cross into the box, controlled by Binion. Binion is able to clear the ball out of the box, but the stopper Lapierre controls, and he makes a run into the center of the box. Another flat cross in. Lapierre gets a touch, but not able to get anything on it, and Barrier with a big ball over the top.
It was Rabideau taking that shot.
It was Rabideau, sorry.
Rabideau's playing well. He is. He's playing well. He missed basically 2 years of soccer.
Absolutely.
I mean, a substantial knee injury that he re-injured, and to watch him come back his senior year and play well. You know, remember last year when he first came back.
Winner can meet me at the snack shack.
Somebody won a raffle. It wasn't John, was it?
It wasn't me. I didn't get in on that one. Didn't know they were doing
I
it.
don't think it was Coach Brendler either.
That ball's play up the sidelines and wasn't able to be controlled by Hannon and Chazy throwing. Again, O'Connor with a nice throw over the top of everybody that Gay is able to control. Gay touches to against number 23 there. Brady goes off the Ogdensburg player, and this will be a corner kick. They're trying to roll this in for a goal kick, but no, this one.
I think Gay might have got away with one there. I think Gay he decoyed well.
So Gay sets this for Chazy's corner kick. I think this is the first one of the second half, and Gay plays a nice ball in, but it's headed out by Ogdensburg as O'Connor works hard to get to that right side and control the ball. O'Connor moving the ball up to the corner, working. Megs that player, gets through, but number 10 McRoberts stepped in and took that ball and came back to O'Connor, but he wasn't able to control it. It's an Ogdensburg goal kick.
He's putting some good pressure on the last few minutes.
Yeah, they've come out a little stronger the second half. I mean, the kickoff went down with a nice shot right off the bat from Ogdensburg, but Chazy coming back now. It's the goal kick from Ogdensburg, comes out, headed by number 21, who is Piercy. Looking to control the ball, and that'll be a Chazy throw, and Rogers picks that ball up. Ready to take the throw in, throws the ball down the line, finds Duquette. Duquette headed up to Rabideau. Rabideau heads the ball forward and controlled now by Barrier. Barrier moves the ball up, trying to find Gay on the left-hand wing. Nice bouncing pass. Gay trying to make that ball through, but Binions figured that out and shuts that one down. Bounces off O'Connor's chest a couple of times, and now he's able to control, finds Rabideau. Rabideau working to control, still working hard in the middle there, steps on the ball, not able to control, and cleared out by Ogdensburg. This one comes out to Lapeer, nicely played to O'Connor. O'Connor looks, plays the through ball, finds Gay, it goes off of the Ogdensburg defender, and this will be another Chazy corner kick.
Good work by Chazy. Real nice work, you know, they're using everybody. You know you're playing well when you're using your defenders, you know, as offensive weapons like they've been able to do with Rogers and O'Connor.
Yes. So Gay sets this up from the left-hand corner.
He's had a lot of work this second half.
Yes, he has. He's been out here on this wing, and he's been playing nicely. Plays a nice big high ball over the top. Nobody touches, goes through the box. That's collected by Peo on the outside. Peo works up the left-hand side. Continues to work up the left-hand side. Duquette able to take him off. He slips. Rogers steps in, looks to control that ball, and is able to. Plays a nice ball up to the right corner. Ogdensburg defender clears finds the feet of Barrier. Barrier working to find Rabideau. We're trying to work that through. Comes outside to Hayden Gay. He tries to get a little volley touch, half volley touch there, and
slide one. I know what he was trying to do. He was just trying to curl that right over the defender.
Sneak that one in near post, but he wasn't able to do it.
Good idea. Good idea.
As Coach said, you know, he just took that one touch that Coach has been looking for and was able to get a shot off.
Yeah, right.
See, he had a little more space there.
He's been playing better.
Sometimes it's very difficult because it's your reaction. You know, you're reacting to the ball, but actually it's purposeful. Being able to have a shot.
Good ball.
With the one touch, rather than controlling the ball and then shooting.
That ball was played big over by Duquette. Finds Gay. Gay tries to play a hard shot in. It was a nice slide that was all ball, and Sias comes off his line and collects that ball again nicely. Sias doing a nice job, Joe.
I think Chazy got away with a foul, too.
Yeah, Gay might have come in from behind a little bit on that one, but Hicks controls the ball. Again, finding Gay up this left wing. Gay's getting a workout here in this left wing.
Hey, come on, let's put it on the other wing, guys.
Crosses the ball, Sias comes off his line and collects that. Ball comes out to number 21, Piercy, who controls and finds, that's number 11, Lalonde working up the left wing. Rogers runs in pursuit, trying to keep him in front of him. Ball played across, and that was on net there as Blaze comes off his line, collects that ball.
It's a good counterattack because of the men being spread out. It's much easier. That's our problem. They're all there. So it's hard to have the plate look like that.
Nice punt there by Blaze, well over midfield, and Chazy unable to control, and this one comes back to Doran, who was trying to find Rogers a little too hard, and we're going to have subs coming in. Number 4, that's Martin Arquette coming in for Ogdensburg, and Thomas Tebow checks in for Mr. Gay. Give him a little break. He's been making a lot of runs on this one.
Well-deserved rest. He's had most of the action this second half.
That's an Ogdensburg throw-in, which is headed into the box, and Pale goes in and tries to get to that ball, but Blaze collects it first. A little bit of collision, no harm, no foul, and we move on. Blaze makes the punt to midfield.
Nice punt.
And Ogdensburg not able to collect, and Hicks trying to get in on that ball, and he's able to get a nice little touch there and trying to work through and wasn't able to get through. O'Connor steps up, nice touch up to Hicks, who is knocked down, but the referee says no foul and just play on. Pale looking for Hannon here on the outside. Hannon making a nice run up this wing. O'Connor trying to get back and defend. Looking for Lalonde on the outside there, but Rogers trying to keep him in front of him. Lalonde works him a little hard there, and another big crossover here, but wasn't able to collect, and Tebow plays it up big. Ball played into the box. Blaze comes off his line trying to collect that, but that's Pale coming over to collect that one, and he brings it to the corner and just holding the ball there. And Doran comes out of the corner with the ball looking for Hicks. Hicks takes a touch, plays a big ball over the top looking for clears, gives Chazy a chance to get off of their heels there a little bit, and Rabidou working on number 25 Moore, and the ball goes off of Moore.
Rabidou's having a nice game. You know, he has nothing to show for it. He's doing those things like that. I like his hustle.
Rabidou makes the throw into Brothers. Brothers has a little bit of a mistouch there, and O'Connor steps over and takes control of that ball. Plays a big ball up into the box, looking for Duquette. Duquette trying to get on that ball, and Ogdensburg just has to clear. And as number 2 Miller was in pursuit over there, but not able to get to it, so there'll be a Chazy throw in deep in Ogdensburg territory with Rabidou going over to take this throw. Rabidou takes the throw, and that ball is into the center and the top of the box with Barrier chesting the ball down, but not able to get a foot on it. Tebow unable to get that ball as Pale comes up and takes control as he gets by Doran. This is a breakaway for Ogdensburg as Lapeer comes back and clears that ball and kicks the ball deep, and that's going to be a corner for Ogdensburg. Number 5, Binion checking in for Ogdensburg.
Kicked that ball another 10 yards in front of him. He might have had a good break because there was nobody there. Rabidou did Lapeer did a good job coming back and cutting that angle down, but Pale's got some speed.
Yeah, his sweeper was beat that time, and that's his job to fill when that happens. Good job.
Find our mark. Ball doesn't land.
With 25 minutes left in the first half, or in the second half here in Chazy, Ogdensburg takes a corner kick. Chazy leads Ogdensburg 1-0 as Barrier heads the ball out of the box with Ogdensburg controls. Back into the center of the box, Rabidou plays that up, and Ogdensburg takes a shot from about 25, 30 yards out and goes wide right of the Chazy net.
You know, interestingly, although we have pretty much got the offense, I've been trying to count the number of consecutive passes, and that tells how the other team is defending against you. We don't have more than 1 or 2 passes at a time.
True.
You know, which means they're pressuring us. We're outplaying them, but they're giving us a good tussle.
That ball is played, headed by Barrier. Brothers heads it again and brings it down, but unable to control. Keegan heads the ball forward. That's Keegan O'Connor, but Brother steps in and has a nice stick there to take the ball away. Nice little touch there, but Rabidou controls and takes the ball to the outside, trying to find Hicks, but unable to get that ball through. Working again, unable to get that ball through, and Moore did a nice job coming back there and just staying in front of his defender.
That's a handball all day.
All day, yeah. That ball was up away from his body and definitely was.
He played it to his own hand.
He didn't, and I've been.
I'm gonna remember that. That means there's no handballs as long as your hands are here. The rest of the game. Season.
And that ball goes off.
Plead in this case,
He kicked it to his own hand.
might have to edit that.
Back here.
Oh, we're moving this one back here, another 5 yards to take this throw in, and it's interesting, these rules interpretations. I actually was able to purchase a rule book again this year. They're hard to get your hands on, but I finally found a site where I could get one, and there's a few things you always learn when you read that book, and they can always be interpreted different ways, and that's what you see, and the coaches and the refs don't always agree, but that was a nice little touch by Binion there.
Coaches and refs never agree.
They never agree.
That's how it works.
Doran
Got some pressure here.
plays a dangerous ball there. In number 11, Lalonde is working on the outside, but Peo collects. And Hicks is in the middle there and takes control of that ball, tries to play it through the defender, not able to, and back to Barrier. So Barrier looking to just get that ball out of there, and he plays it over to Duquette. Duquette able to collect the ball nicely and keep the ball in bounds and plays the ball up the line. And that ball is still in and played up again. And Duquette still working and takes the ball away again. Duquette doing a nice job controlling that line over there on that side. Number 7, Hannon collects the ball over there on the far side, and he beat Lapeer. Rogers steps in and takes one in the thighs and right back to him, and just trying to keep that ball in front of him.
There you go.
Barrier clears the ball and takes the pressure off of Chazy again as Sias comes out of his goal and sends it right back up to midfield again.
That's very brave.
Hicks heads the ball up, and Duquette coming on hard but not able to control as Moore takes the ball to the outside. Joe, I've been really impressed with Moore, their sweeper. He's done a nice job keeping control in the back
They've done
there.
a good job defending. They've done what they had to do for the most part, except for the goal, 3:20 of the first half with Gay. They haven't allowed one. Yep. They're a good team. You watch them. It's kind of back and forth. Chazy will get a couple whacks in, and then Ogdensburg will get a few whacks. But it's a low-scoring game, and Chazy, they've had a few chances this half with Gay, but nothing really since Gay's been out.
Oh boy, that ball was thrown in by Ogdensburg, misplayed by Brothers, and moved back a little bit as the ball comes across. Lapeer was able to get a foot on it and get it out of the box, but not cleared yet as Barrier comes through and bodies that ball down. That ball goes off the chin of Rabideau, and he's able to clear the ball, and once again relieve the pressure as Hicks is in chase. This is Moore again with Hicks trying to keep him from playing the ball forward, and Gay steps forward. Hayden Gay is checked back into the game here on the left wing, plays a nice ball. Hicks trying to get there, touches the ball, and goes off. Sias just got a touch on that one to keep it out of the net.
Nice play by Gay.
Gay slides and controls the ball and is able to move it with a nice cross there. Oh, Duquette got a little bit deep on that when he was coming in hard,
By Duquette again.
but he's still out there and wins the ball. Brothers collects and moves up to the right corner.
This is what I've been looking for. Didn't happen. But he's skilled handling the ball.
Brothers taking off the ball, and Rogers steps in and tries to collect over there
Good play by Rogers.
off the chest of Duquette. Rogers steps in and bodies the ball down, moving it forward, continues to move. Rogers still in control of the ball, taking to the center of the net, and he's still moving across, and he finds Gay. Gay gets the defender to jump a little bit and crosses the ball in.
Trouble.
Shot in there. Nice parry there by Sias, the goalie, to control. Peo comes up, controls, makes the turn as Ogdensburg tries that quick counter again. I think that is their strategy here today, but they're not being able to do it. Doran to Rogers. Lapeer not able to control.
Spencer put it right back into trouble.
And
Chazy got away with it.
and Rabideau controls and finds Brothers. Brothers takes the space, played up to Hicks.
Take one.
Hicks takes a shot, bends to the outside right and out of the wide right.
Could have taken another touch or two.
Yeah.
You know what? These young players in another year or two, you can see that, watch them develop, and they'll do those other things just a little bit better. They won't make those little mistakes that they are now. They're young.
I was going to go back to that handball call. I think the problem is that there are some cute players in other sections where they take advantage of a situation like that, where they actually use their hand. And I don't think in that instance, the guy was trying to use his hands. And that's the way I see it, that I would not call most of the time I wouldn't call a handball unless somebody reaches out and hits the ball.
Yep. And that's
These kids aren't trying to take advantage with it.
See, and that when I read the rule book, if you are protecting yourself, as long as your hand was in the position before the ball was kicked, you can protect yourself. If the ball gets kicked later, and even if it's going for your face, and you put your hands up in front of your face to protect, it's a handball. Yeah. That's clearly spelled out in there, and I think that's what Coach McCullough was trying to say. Was, he kicked the ball to the hand, and the referee was saying his hand was already in that position. He didn't move his hand to get to make that, and so that's okay. So that's the interpretations going back and forth. Now, Coach McCullough brings up that ball was played to himself. That was not played by a defender.
Correct.
And so that's not clearly outlined in there. So there's a whole other twist to that whole thing.
Yeah. But I don't think the guy was trying to purposely take advantage of that rule. That's it.
Here comes Ogdensburg.
Ogdensburg with more pressure on, but Rabideau's able to clear, and Hicks comes up. Duquette came out, and number 12, Kyle Drake, just checked in, and that was him playing that ball.
One more.
As he plays a through ball trying to get to Gay, Gay has to bring that ball back a little as it wasn't deep enough. Gay still controls. Gay finds the feet of Rabideau. Rabideau back heels to Gay. Gay takes a shot, hits a player in the box. And yep, and again, that one touch, and Ogdensburg has to clear for a throw-in for Chazy.
Jen!
Where are the shots on goal now, Sean?
Hold on. Him.
12-6 in favor of Chazy, 5 quarter kicks to 2 in favor of Chazy.
This will be a throw-in for Chazy, and it's fairly deep in the territory here. And Rabideau's going to take this one again. Their big thrower, and he gets the ball again to the middle of the box.
Their shot.
Barrier lets one rip, and that's in with a half volley. One bounce, and that ball is ripped into the left-hand side of the net. Science had no chance for that one.
I would just
see that one
we
coming.
do need more goal.
Well, Barrier in the first half, he tried what? He had 4 times in the late in the first half. 4 shots in a row, I think, from the top of the box.
Right,
Brothers had one from the top of the box there, and putting one in. So that was just a good strike by Barrier.
Very nice strike, and there's a JV game going on the far field here that we can't quite see. You might see it on the camera.
I think it's tied over there now.
I just heard Ogdensburg erupt over there as they scored. So
A little while ago we did. So
we think maybe it's 1-1, but we're not sure over there.
We can only cover so many games in time.
So Chazy takes a 2-0 lead here as Kyle Drake steps in and does a nice job without letting them control that. That was an unassisted goal by Barrier. It was a throw-in, and I don't think it was touched by anybody else, and it was a half volley. You could argue that maybe Rabideau should have gotten an assist on that throw-in.
I'd have to give him an assist. I don't know, just because I like the guy. Why not?
Well, this is a Chazy throw-in. Rogers to take the throw-in, and he steps up and throws the ball down the line looking for Rabideau. Ball headed out by Pale of Ogdensburg, and Rabideau's going to take this throw-in. Trying to inch up a little too far, and Mr. LeBar says back it up there.
Coach Brendler and I, before the game, I think it was Coach Brendler, we were talking, how long has it been since Ogdensburg's beat us?
beat us.
Yes.
I wasn't talking to me.
We're talking to you then?
No, you're talking to me about
I was talking to you then, okay.
Yep.
But how long has it been since Ogdensburg has beat Chazy?
You know, since I've been here 10 years, I am not aware of a time that they have beaten us.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember any.
I don't.
Which is, it's quite a feather in my hat to take a B team like a B.
And they're a good B team, but they're always in the hunt up there in Section 10. I mean, they're one of the top 2-3 teams every year. You know, if not the top one. So, yeah, it's a good thing to bring them down here. We play them a home and away every year.
Yep.
One year they'll come here, and the next year we'll go up there. It's always on a Saturday.
The other thing you got to say is, although we have a lot of contact now in the game, the upper body contact more so than the dangerous kicking type. It's a pretty clean game, really.
Yeah, it has been. It has been.
Working hard. Nobody seemingly getting upset, which one of the things that happened.
You know why, Coach? Coach, because both teams have decent skill.
Yeah.
You see,
Well, that's right.
You see
Yeah.
several of the players from Ogdensburg. They have some skill. They try to move the ball out, connect on passes. So it's
In
not
other
just
words, if you're skillful, you get out of the way.
well, it's just you don't need to
Not like you, Joe. Remember
Well,
that?
yeah, I know. Well, that's how it was. That's how it was. I was good at it.
So this is an Ogdensburg throw-in, and Drake goes up, tries to head that ball, goes over top of him, and Rogers heads forward. Drake working to dig that ball out, sends the ball up the right sidelines, and played by number 2, that's Miller. Barrier says, let's just get the pressure off here and rest again as Hicks is working hard to get to that ball. Dakota Brady plays the ball forward and controlled by Binion. Binion does a nice job controlling the ball, and Binion controls and moves up to number 7, Hannon. Hannon looks for Lalonde, who heads the ball forward, and that ball is controlled
Okay, that's good.
by Lapierre. Lapierre not able to control, but O'Connor steps in and gets there. And
He's going to watch this film do what they call a control touch.
yep,
Just a little flick because you got Hayden coming on. Flick it to yourself. He'll see this. Hicks is only a sophomore, so
that's a reaction though to a
yes.
Oh, that's a nice ball played by Lapierre up to Drake. Kyle Drake working hard to get up the right-hand side and controls and is still in control over on that right-hand side.
Kyle Drake, younger.
Yep. Drake still controlling, still working the ball out. He's knocked off that ball a little bit, but that's okay. He's another one of the young players. Lalonde controls with a high foot, but nobody was around, so that's okay. And the ball moves up forward. Miller plays to Pale. Pale looking to take the ball up the sideline. Doran over there shielding him. And the ball tried to play back to Miller, but wasn't able to control. Lalonde crosses the ball, and O'Connor clears the ball to midfield.
Help out, Hicks.
Brady steps up looking for Binion on the right-hand sideline, but Binion unable to get there, and it'll be a Chazy throw-in.
You're right about the rain, though. I think maybe this field does need rain.
Yeah, ball's bouncing a little bit. Field's getting a little hard.
Still is a nice condition. That's yeah. They got to call that all day long.
Yeah.
Okay, we defend now.
Okay, Hicks with a foul here right in front of us, and Brady's going to step up and take this free kick. Oh, he's going to step off and let Moore take it. Moore, he's got a chance to get this ball into the box from here as he plays, and Hicks is going to come over to defend and step off his 10, and there we go. Moore plays a nice ball up into the top of the box, headed out by O'Connor, controlled by Rabideau.
He's got a lot of space.
Rabideau taking the space with Hicks making a run in front of him, and he's trying to kind of hold off. Oh, he steps on the ball again. And but he's able to bring it back and find Hicks. Hicks chests that down and plays the ball up to Barrier. Barrier finds Brothers. Brothers not able to control. And
Brothers can strike from distance too.
And Brothers finds Barrier again, trying to go back to Brothers, unable to get there. Hicks stepping in and trying to get that as Lapierre retreats, uses a man to elevate, but gets away with it, and sends the ball down the right wing with Kyle Drake giving chase. Moore gets on the ball, kicks the ball into Drake, and that'll be a goal kick for Ogdensburg with number 18, Hayden Woods, checking in.
Sean, we had 10 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second half. And it's been I haven't said this yet, but out of respect for Joey Trombley, it's been an entertaining game.
Yes, it has.
It's been a good game.
We Coach McCullough has Gage Duquette and Dylan Guerrero here, giving them some instructions before they enter the game. It looks like they'll probably go in. They usually go in on the wings here. The ball's played up, and Lapierre controls, finds feet of Brothers. Brothers Barrier. Barrier back to Brothers. Brothers controls, working on space. And Brothers still controls. Brothers being hounded by number 18 Woods. And this is Rabideau looking. He takes a little hop, looked like he was going to let that one go as Gay comes over with that left foot, crosses far post, just misses with a nice shot.
Good work by Chazy, though. Good work by Brothers.
Yeah, that was a good series right there where we kept possession with there was some.
So Hicks is actually going to come out, and Duquette's going to go up there at striker. Guerrero is going to come over into the left-hand side here on this left wing and let Gay get another rest after he's been working hard over here, and that was a nice shot by Gay.
Good work by Chazy, though. I was saying that Brothers, he might have held on to the ball too long, but it worked out.
Yeah, he found those guys that, again, they packed it in the box like Coach Brendler's been saying about all this dribbling and getting into the box. But this time he realized he had all that pressure, and he found that outlet on the outside with Gay standing out there. Guerrero controls. Guerrero working to find Duquette. Duquette controls, looks to find Barrier.
Unload.
Barrier takes a shot,
Okay.
and it goes wide. And, again, one touch, nice shots going on there.
Good work by Chazy, keeping it together. But Ogdensburg, every now and then, they get a break. They'll come down, put pressure on Chazy for a minute, but Chazy's doing a decent job of keeping them out.
Yes, they are. So we're down to 8 minutes in the second half as the goal kick by Ogdensburg is taken. Barrier goes up and heads the ball forward, finds Rabideau. Rabideau heads the ball over to the feet of Duquette. Duquette touches to Barrier. Barrier trying to play over the top, looking for Guerrero making a run, but the ball's blocked and Brothers collects. Brothers takes a shot, high and wide right. We're lucky that one stayed in because we got quite a few out there in the woods today, guys.
No ball boys today.
So number 10, Prudhomme. Nope, that's McRoberts. Sorry, McRoberts is going to take this goal kick, and he puts it out there. And ball comes to the head of Barrier. Barrier finds Duquette. Duquette tries to make a nice flick over with his foot, unable to control, but
I understand
Dakota
that Brandon is at Plattsburgh State right after this game.
Yeah,
yes, Plattsburgh State and Potsdam State play this afternoon at 1 o'clock down in Plattsburgh. And Brandon Lauren, who is a standout here at Chazy, is playing for Potsdam. And I think quite a few of the Chazy natives are going to go watch him. As Peo collects and making a run down the right-hand side with Brothers trying to get there, Rogers comes in and takes the ball off of Lalonde, and that's a corner kick.
That was a smart play by Rogers. I know he dumped it off the end, but it was just because Lalonde has some pretty good skill, you can tell, and he can pick your pocket. Kind of just a desperation, not a bad choice. But I think, like I said, next year or the year after, Rogers will take that, and he's not going to kick that out of bounds. He's going to be a bigger, faster, stronger, and smarter.
Hey, find a mark! Gotta defend here!
The last few games, we haven't had the counterattack opportunities like that one. These guys have been coming up looking good for the counterattack. We just haven't had, but that's something I think we got to work on too.
Yeah, the better teams are going to be able to.
Get in.
Okay, so Hannon is going to take this corner kick for Ogdensburg, and they're packing him in there pretty good. Rogers comes off the post and bumps that ball out and is able to take the ball from Hannon. He continues to take the space down the wing. He goes by Drake, plays to Drake. Nice touch. Drake tried to play forward to him, wasn't able to get it outside. Rogers collects again. As Drake collects and is looking for Rabideau. Oh, Rabideau got away with a handball there, folks. And Lawrence.
There's no handballs today.
Yeah. Yep.
He handed the handballs.
And Barrier plays back to his sweeper and just says, let's get the pressure off and reset here. As Rabideau goes over there and takes that ball off of McRoberts.
Good job.
Rabideau touches by him, plays the ball to the center of the box. This is Guerrero coming through and in there. Now Duquette on the ball. Guys laying on the ground everywhere as the ball's played through, and that ball goes for a corner kick off the Ogdensburg defender.
Yeah.
Right there, there's too many people in the way. Good service though. Nice.
Really nice.
Placement.
Yes, that was a nice ball in by Rabideau over there. He did a nice job. So this is going to be Gage Duquette, the freshman, taking this corner kick for Chazy, number 10, over the left-hand side. Nice ball deep across. Lapierre tries to head it and is unable to, and the Ogdensburg defender, Peo, actually got his head on that ball. Ball played off the Ogdensburg defender. I can't see that far to see who that was, and Rabideau is going to take this throw in for Chazy. As we are down to 5 minutes left in the second half, Chazy leads 2-0. Rabideau takes the throw deep into the box. Very nice throw, headed out by the Ogdensburg defenders, and Rabideau is actually the first one to touch it again. Barrier tries to volley that one up and in, gets to the center of the box, it's still bouncing.
See Rabideau get.
Rabideau goes up and gets another header off the Ogdensburg defender, and this will be another corner kick for Chazy.
Rabideau's been working hard the whole game.
He has. Rabideau's been the workhorse.
He got railed there in the middle of the field, and he got back up, and he's gonna be sore.
So we still doing butternut squash awards here? There.
Sure, you might as well have the player of the game. You know what? We're
We're gonna have to start thinking about that one a little bit here.
Yeah, well, actually, you know, we're going to have to we'll just let Coach Brendler decide that.
Well, I'm not good at that.
Coach,
That's the honorary call to game, Coach. You got to make this one today.
we're gonna
Well,
give
I
that
guess
to you.
I would say offense for us would be Rabideau, you know, most likely.
Rabideau he's played well.
I didn't really, although I think the defender back here probably would be
fullback.
the
Here it is.
fullback.
Oh, and Napier gets a head on that ball, and it stays in the box, and again is just laying there. Barrier blasts that one, goes off the crossbar, and Rabideau tries to send that one in again, and it's cleared by number 4. That's a guy that's checked in here, Arquette. O'Connor trying to collect that one. Barrier's outside here and collects again. Finds Brothers. Brothers takes 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches, and makes a right-handed shot, but not having much on it. And Sias was right there together.
I think it was a right-footed shot, but I'm not going to get on you about that because I do.
That's what I said.
Yeah, right-handed. That's okay.
Oh, okay.
You know, earlier on, you guys were saying about he's right-footed, left-footed. My whole gripe about this level, you're not right
you're
or
not.
left-footed.
No, you're not.
You're right or left-headed. You play with both feet. You should know the difference, especially at the level we're playing. You know, a state-level team. You can't be favoring one foot over the other.
Correct.
Rabideau strips the ball, finds Gay. Gay back to Rabideau. Rabideau plays a through ball to himself. Nice cross there. Oh! Now there was a diving header attempt by Hicks. He almost got there. That was the one Coach was calling for earlier.
Good work by Rabideau.
That'll be a goal kick for Ogdensburg. Had he gotten his head on that one, that would have been the play of the game.
Well, I would say, you know, then you know the kids are thinking it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Instead of trying to kick at a ball like that, you dive head.
You know, I'll tell you what, I give my player of the game to Hayden Gay. I think Hayden's played well, too. He's done well on this, especially the second half. He's had a lot of action. You know, he's got the goal in the first half after the hard work, so I'll give mine to Hayden. We're going to spread it around a little bit. Sean, you get to choose
I'm going to go another one. I'm going to say Brothers. I've been impressed with his control in the midfield. He's worked hard all day.
And Barrier, too. You know, Barrier's
They're working well together, and that's more doing a great job controlling that hard kick, keeping it in front of him, and then clearing it out of his zone. Yeah. And now we have another sub coming in here. Rabideau's going to get a nice rest, and Brendan Ryan checks into the game up front.
Good job by Rabideau today. Good hustle. He knows it. He worked hard all morning, I should say. It's not afternoon.
Yeah.
All morning he's worked hard.
It is now, Joe. It's 12:35, but yeah. So here's Ryan right off the bat. Comes across the top of the box with a potential opportunity blocked by the Ogdensburg defender. That ball is picked up by Barrier. As Ogdensburg's just scored another one on the JV side. It looks like the JVs might be in trouble over there. Barrier crosses into the middle of the box with Guerrero getting on that ball, but not quite there as Ogdensburg's controlling. Peo brings another one out. Tebow lets one fly, and it's high and over the net, and another one into the woods.
Chazy's been teeing off on Ogdensburg for about the last 8 minutes or so.
Coach is going to have to go to his ball bag to get a ball here, as we are down to 50 seconds in the second half, and Ogdensburg with a goal kick.
LeBarge playing ball boy on the far side. The official, he's showing his versatility.
There we go.
Jim Blair is collecting soccer balls over there.
I think so.
Business.
Ball is played out of the defender box to one of the defender's brothers. Steps up, take control again as he chests that ball down. He's still working the ball across. He comes across to the left side, working to his left and still controlling the ball. Brothers makes a nice step over to beat Brady and plays a nice ball in. Guerrero gets his head on the ball. Guerrero still on his feet, but goes out for a goal kick. His Sias comes off his line and stops that one.
Everybody wants to see Guerrero get one.
And that's going to bring this game to the close as the countdown happens. And it was Chazy 2, Ogdensburg 0 in a very well played game here. And that's the way it was in downtown Chazy, September 28th. 2013. Coach Brendler, thanks for joining us up here.
Enjoyed it very much. It's very nice to be up here.
Coach, this is your field, and there is a standing. You don't have to be invited. You can go any place in this whole field you want. Just letting you know.
Well, we're going to come to the E-Town game.